Janardhan student. Today I am going to explain about the topic verb. Already I have taken a session on this topic, but for the absent student I am sending this video. See, verb means in short we can call action word. Like name we are describing, in short naming word, the same verb we can describe as a action word. Definition of the verb is: a verb is a word which describe an action performed by the subject or the condition of the subject or possessed, what is possessed by the subject, that word we call the verb. For example, Naina rode her new cycle for hours. So here rode is the verb. Farida is a good singer. Is the verb. So present action of the subject, which present sometime condition of the subject, or which present what the possessed by the subject, that word we call the verb. Now this verb classified into the two kinds. First it is main verb and the second it is auxiliary verb. So it classify into two kind of the verb. First kind of verb is main verb and second kind of verb is auxiliary verb. Main verb means independent verb. You can call it is an independent verb. This verb may not need any other verb to complete the meaning of the sentence. It has its own complete meaning. For example, you can see the dog ran across the lawn. In this ran doesn't require any other supportive verb to complete the meaning. That ran itself complete the meaning of the sentence. Same into the second sentence. Kamala waited for her friend at the mall. Here also waited complete the meaning of the sentence. It doesn't depend on, or it doesn't require any other verb to complete the meaning. This such kind of verb we call the main verb. Second kind of verb is auxiliary verb. You can call it is dependent verb. You can call it is helping verb. So it helps the main verb to complete the meaning, and plus it tells the tense of the sentence. Here in the example you can see Rajni will meet her cousin tomorrow. So here will it is the helping verb and meet it is the main verb. Will tells us that this sentence is in a future tense. Now in the second sentence, Farzana is writing an email. So here is it is a helping verb or auxiliary verb you can call, and writing it is a main verb. Is telling that it is the given sentence is in the present tense. So such in this way verbs are classified into the two kinds. Now the auxiliary may verbs be, have, do can also use as a main verb. For example, Yasmin's mother is a doctor. Now here only one verb is there, that is, and it function as a main verb in this sentence. It is not functioning as a auxiliary verb. Second, Rebecca has a beautiful voice. Here again has only one verb is there and it function as a main verb, not the auxiliary verb in the given sentence. This is the verb. In the next topic, that is subject verb agreement, it is given. In short, you can call it is a concord. Now what is mean by subject verb agreement? See here, so a verb in a sentence has to agree with the subject of the sentence in number and person. If the verb is a singular when the subject is a singular. If your given sentence subject will be singular, you must have to use the singular verb only. If the subject will be plural, you must have to use the plural verb. That is means subject verb agreement. In short, you can tag this concept as a concord also. Here see, I like to read graphic novel. Here I it is a first person, so like is used. Instead of I, if Mohini it is given now, Mohini. So to the main verb S it is joined. S or ES we are joining if the given sentence will, if the subject will be singular. And if the subject will be plural, we just write Mohini or they eat an apple. Instead of Mohini, if they will come, then we will use just eat. So if your subject will be singular, verb should be singular. If subject will be plural, verb should be plural. You might be confused with the some collective noun. Now see about the collective noun. When a collective noun is used in a singular, we use a singular verb. Now a shoal of fish, a indicate that the given collective noun is in a singular form. So singular verb is used. But in next example you can see, when a collective noun is used in a plural form, we have to use the plural verb. The herds of cattle, herds as plural form of the collective nouns are given. Okay, in second sentence, the teams of a teams were housed. So here teams, plural form of the collective noun it is given, so plural verb is used. Okay, so this is again confusion it comes with the when the words or the subject will be someone, everyone, each one, such a word. If subject will be there, we have to take the singular verb only, though the words are giving us a plural meaning, but we have to use the singular verb after each word. Okay, the next concept is finite and non-finite verb. Now this verb again divided into the two kinds. First it is finite verb and second it is non-finite verb. Now what is meant by finite verb? When a verb in a sentence indicate the tense, see here, when the verb in a sentence indicate the tense and agree with the number and person of the subject, we call it is a finite verb. So here Neera serves tea to the guest. Here Neera is given, so as it is joined to the verb, so it agree with the subject, and plus serves indicate that it is a present tense. So a verb which agree with the subject with the number and person, plus if it tells us about the tense of the sentence, that verb we call it is a finite verb. They served snacks to the team. See here they it is there. Served indicate the past tense, third form. So it is again the finite verb. The second kind of verb is non-finite verb, exactly opposite to the finite verb. A non-finite verb is not directly linked to the subject. It does not change if the number or the person of the subject change. That verb we called it is a non-finite verb. So finite verb means a verb which will change if your subject will change. Subject change हुआ तो finite verb change होता है. And non-finite exactly opposite that. Non-finite will not affected by the change of the subject. Subject change भी हुआ तो non-finite वही रहता है. For example, I had made idlis for breakfast. Second sentence, Ratul has made kheer for dessert. In both the sentence, see here you can see, in first sentence had it is changed into has, okay, but made remain the same in both the sentence. As the subject it change, verb it is change, has, had. Okay, had indicate the past tense, has indicate the present tense. So but the made remain the same, it never affected by the change of the subject. So in the given sentence, has and had is the finite verb and made it is the non-finite verb. Okay, so this is there. Now non-finites are divided into the three kind, that is infinitives, participles and the gerund. Is so classification of the non-finite is in a three kinds: infinitives, participles and gerund. That too we will see in next page or no, on the screen. See here. Now what is meant by infinitive? An infinitive is a base form of a verb. We use infinitive to join the sentence. So when we want to join two sentences, at that time two infinitive we are using. Infinitives are of two kinds: to infinitive and bare infinitive. Means sometime we are using to plus verb and sometime without to we are using the verb. So we ask him to finalize. So to finalize, to help, it is a infinitive. Infinitive with to. Now what is the function of to infinitive? To infinitives function generally as a noun and complement of the sentence. Generally to infinitive used to function as a noun and complement of the sentence. Second, to infinitive is used after verbs such as hope, want, agree. mostly with after such a verb we are using to infinitive. Third function is to infinitive is used after nouns and adjectives. So these are the three functions of the to infinitives. Bare infinitive of a verb consists of the infinitive without word to. So bare infinitive means कि जो without verb to it comes. See here, just remove it came. Let us remove the painting. So bare infinitive which comes without to, and to infinitive which comes with the to. It joined to the base verb. Now after such certain verb such as hear, see, make and let, these verbs also we are using with a bare infinitive. Now second kind of non-finite verb is participle. A participle is a form of verb that can function both as a verb and function as a adjective. So it sometimes it function as a verb, sometimes it function as a adjective. So that verb we'll call the participle. Non-finite verb we call the participle. Now these participles are divided into the two, present and past. When we are joining ing to the verb, that is the present participle. When we are joining ed, e and d, t, these words to the verb, that is called the past participle. We most of the time we are having confusion between the participle and gerund, because gerund also end with the ing and participle present participle also end with the ing, but the function is different. Same here, third kind of non-finite verb is gerund. So gerund also end with the ing and present participle also end with the ing. What is the difference? That when present participle will be there, it function as a adjective or verb, but when the gerund will be there, it function as a noun. This is only the difference. Otherwise both the words gerund also and participle also end with the ing. Okay, so this is there. In short, I'll explain in a T diagram form. Finite verb, non-finite divided into the three kinds: infinitives, participles, gerund. And now infinitives are again having two kinds: to infinitive, bare infinitive. To infinitive means the infinitive comes with the to, and bare infinitive which comes with the without to. Now second kind of non-finite verb is participle. Participle divided into the two kinds: present participle and past participle. Present participle end with ing, past participle end with ed, en, d, t, n. And past participles or the function of the participle is verb or sometime adjective. Third kind of non-finite verb is gerund, that is also end with the ing, but it function as a noun. So in this way we have seen about the classification of the verb. Classification of the verb is in two form, in two kinds: main verb and auxiliary. Then we have seen about the subject verb agreement, and the last point, that is finite and non-finite verb, we have seen today in this video. I think you understood very well. With the help of this video you can solve the all activities which is given in this lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.